Hello. I would like to share with you what I made for the Vintage Vember Challenge that is put on by Rochelle.Handmade.Designs. If you want to see what I made, stay tuned. Okay guys, if you saw my video before, you saw that I did like a little vintage pattern haul. And during that haul, I managed to narrow it down to two choices that I wanted to do for my Vintage Vember. So this dress right here that I chose, I have been wanting to make this dress since I have first saw this pattern, and as soon as Simplicity went on sale, this was like the first thing in my hand. I think this is a beautiful garment. So the dress that I chose was 8013. So let's talk about the challenge. This is a challenge that is put on by Rochelle Handmade, where you sew a vintage garment, and it needs to be a garment, and it needs to be shown on a person. You don't necessarily have to model it, but someone needs to model it, and it needs to be an adult garment. It's just for, I think, men or women garments between 1920 to 1970. And you can tag her on Instagram. I know on Instagram, and I don't know if she has another way. I'll put the rules up that I do have, but I don't know if she has another way if you're not on Instagram to tag her. But I know you can tag her on Instagram for your entry. And tomorrow is the 30th is the last day. So let's talk a bit about the pattern. I initially thought when I was making this pattern, I am not going to make this pattern again. This probably, and if you know me and you follow me, you know that I probably make up my own rules when I sew, and I don't always follow the instructions. But when I tell you, I feel like the instructions on this pattern are super simple to follow. I followed the instructions almost to a T. And I say almost to a T because this dress calls for a lining. However, my dress, I did not put a lining because I felt like my fabric was on a thick side, and it wasn't see-through. It wasn't a sheer fabric, and I did not need a lining. So that is where I did not follow the pattern. But this pattern does call for a lining. I feel like the instructions are very easy to follow. I understood all the steps. I don't recall having a question about a step. Now, my fabric that I use, I don't have any. But if you watch my pattern haul, no, not my fabric haul from Bulgarian Fabrics. This is one of the fabrics that I got, and I had like, I think 10 or 12 meters of this. So I had way more than enough to do this dress. As a matter of fact, I think the next pattern that I'm going to use with what's left over, I thought I had my pattern right here. I do. With what's left over, I think I'm going to make these pants right here, which is New Look 6756. I feel like I have enough of that fabric left over to get this done as well. And I think that, I want to say that's what I'm working on next. I do have to check. I'm also working on a turtleneck as well. But anyway, back to what we're working on here. I thought that this pattern was I thought it was very easy to put together. I'm trying to see what it's rated. I'm not sure what it's rated. I don't see it like right offhand on the pattern. And it's probably rated as, when it's a zipper involved, I don't know if they rate it as easy, but I know it's probably not rated as easy because it has the invisible zipper, which is fine. I feel like zippers are one of the easiest things to put in. But it does call for a zipper, and if you know me, you know that I am really big on making sure that my clothes are very, very independent friendly clothes. However, I did not put an invisible zipper in, but I did put a zipper in. I put the zipper I had in the back of my dress. And I am glad to say when I got ready to put my dress on to take my pictures, I was able to zip it up halfway from put my hand this way. And then when I did over this way, I could pull it up. So I was able to put my dress on by myself without any help. So I'm just really big on independent dressing. If you've had an experience, like I've had an experience where due to health reasons where I couldn't do certain things, I just try to make sure I have as easy access to the things around me as I need. Okay, so this pattern has 12 pieces. I think you use all 12 pieces, because the only difference in the dress is the length, and it's two versions of a sleeve. So I did view A on this one, and I did not do the bell sleeve. I did the cuff sleeve. So that is the only difference. But this, I can't say enough about this pattern. Like I'm telling you, the reason why I was not going to make this again is because sometimes when you do wrap or faux wrap, going across the bust area, there's gaping and all of that. So what I did was, when I finished the dress, there was gaping around the neckline or whatever, but I figured that I needed to take out some in the shoulder seam, but could not find my seam, not my seam ripper, as if I have one and I have many. I could not find a seam ripper, let's say that, to take it or lose. And I didn't want to take it or lose either, because then I would have had to take loose part of my sleeve. But the next time I make it, I will take some out of the shoulder, because that would raise it some where I needed to be raised, so I wouldn't have the gaping here. Now, because I was lazy and did not want to do that, what I did was, on the back of the garment, I measured in 1.5 inches from the seam, 1.5 inches, and created a garment. I created a dart, a back dart. But the dart, if you're looking at the back, my dart went this way on both sides. So when I did that, it made it come in, and this laid so nicely. So I do know that I'm going to take some out of the shoulder seam when I make this again. I'm probably going to make this again in the longer version in a solid, because I think it's just a nice dress. I feel like this is really a nice dress if you wanted to even wear this to like a little dinner party or a special occasion. I just think it's a beautiful dress, and especially the way the model has it with these little cute sandals. I feel like you could dress this up in so many ways. So that was my thoughts on the pattern. I hope that you're enjoying this video. If you're enjoying this video, please take the time to like and subscribe. We would love to have you. We have a lot of fun over here learning about sewing together. And with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed the view of my make for this Vintage Vember challenge. I enjoyed this challenge. I was nervous about it at first, because I don't know, in my mind I was thinking vintage was going to be a little bit harder to do, but it wasn't. But this was a very great experience. Back at the pattern, there are 2 different variations of the sleeves, but I'm so in love with the cuff sleeve. I don't know if I would try the other sleeve. But what I would say about this pattern, even if I was not going to make the dress again, I would hack this pattern, because I love this full skirt, and I am in love with the sleeves on here. So even if I would not to make this again, I would definitely hack this pattern with maybe a different bodice, because I love it. It's just nice. It's flowy. It makes you feel all feminine and dainty, and I like that feeling. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and I highly recommend this pattern. Even if you're a beginner, I think you can get this one. I think that you can take your time and do this one. Even if you decide to do an invisible zipper, like I say, zippers are not as hard as they seem. I really think you will enjoy doing this. It took me a couple of days because I worked on it after work, so it only took about 2 days to do. I did the bodice in 1 day, and I just took a break and did the bottom portion, the skirt portion on another day, the next day. And once I finished, the skirt portion was really nothing to put together, but that's when it comes in to putting it together, to start putting in your zipper. Put that in with no problem. Very easy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. With that being said, guys, don't forget to click the subscribe button and click the little bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload a video. With that being said, have a fabulous day, and don't forget to go and sew something fabulous.